Sanjay, you spent the last year looking into heart attack and heart disease for your special. You have a history of it in your family, and you've really studied how people can get away from that and get out from under that. What if you don't want to use medicine, statins, to reduce your risk of heart attack? Can you really use food as medicine?
Well, you know, it's interesting, Ali. Hippocrates has talked about this for more than 1,000 years, and I walked into this with an open mind, but the answer is definitely yes, you can. And we did find living proof of this. Sharon Kintz is a woman that we profiled, 66 years old, had a heart attack, was told by her doctor she needed to have heart surgery, and she said no. And she basically adopted this plant-based diet. As you can see there, she's been very strict about it. You know, whole grains, lots of vegetables. Been doing it for over a year, and it's quite remarkable. Not only in how much she has not had any symptoms of heart problems, but also in terms of her energy levels. And this is something that I, really focused on with her. She could barely walk before all of this. And literally now, a year later on this plant-based diet, she's able to jump rope. I mean, take a look at that, Ali. She couldn't do that before. And I'm not saying that, obviously, being on a plant-based diet taught her how to jump rope, but people always question, do you have enough energy still on one of these diets?
Right.
And we profiled her just to demonstrate.
Is there science that proves it's working, other than the fact that she can jump rope and she's fit?
Well, yes, there's a couple of different things. First of all, people really oftentimes want objective signs to show that there's changes in someone's blood vessels. And we talked about this before, Ali, not just in terms of showing a slowing of heart disease, but an actual reversing of heart disease. In order to prove that, a patient would have to undergo another angiogram. Sharon's doing so well, she said she had no need to undergo an angiogram. But let me show you a patient who did do that. And this is over a period of a few years. Take a look over here, and I don't know if you can appreciate this, where the arrow is. This is a coronary blood vessel, and this is what one of those narrowings looks like. This is what a heart attack waiting to happen looks like. This is someone who decided not to undergo surgery, which was recommended, instead using food as medicine. And take a look now over here, same spot, and that coronary blood vessel is essentially, it's opened up. It's about the same normal caliber as the rest of the blood vessel. That is sort of what we're talking about here, Ali, in terms of, providing some sort of objective evidence. Remarkably, despite the fact that, again, Hippocrates has talked about this for over 1,000 years, this is still a relatively nascent science. So I think more studies are going to be done. You can see more images like that.
And these patients that have been profiled who have followed these diets to reduce their clogging of their arteries, have they prevented heart attacks?
Well, let me tell you, yes. And let me tell you the study that basically pivoted me into saying we should do this as a full hour. It's still a relatively small study because this is some emerging science, but Dr. Caldwell Esselstyn, basically he followed patients for 12 years, and what he found was that 6 patients out of a group of about 18 dropped out of the study, and out of those 6 patients, they all had some sort of coronary event. 2 patients died, 4 patients needed bypass surgery. Of the patients who stayed through, kept the diet, kept it going for 12 years, so most patients were able to do that. Only 1 patient died, and in an autopsy, that patient did not have any evidence of heart disease. So again, Ali, the evidence is pretty compelling, not only in terms of slowing down the progression, but really reversing it. These patients needed to have heart surgery, and then they essentially needed no interventions whatsoever
over a
12-year period.
That is incredible that you can undo that damage.
This will sum all this up and make it make sense to you. There's 5 lies that we hear every day, and most of the time, wisdom comes with age. As we get older, we start to figure things out, but I want to go over those with you. The first lie is that we need protein from an animal to be strong. Well, if we need protein from an animal to be strong, how did a gorilla and a bull get so strong? If we need protein from an animal to be strong, why, when we eat a lot of meat and animal products, which has a lot of protein in it, we get cancer and heart disease? If we need protein to be strong, why, when you put two people in a competition, a race or a marathon, one is a plant eater, one is a meat eater, the plant eater will almost always win? If you think you need protein from an animal to be strong, why did Jack LaLanne, and some of you listening to this may not know who he is, but he was 96 years old when he died recently. He was a vegetarian, and he won the Book of World Records. He was in the Book of World Records at 7 years old for swimming the ocean, pulling boats with his teeth with people in each boat. and he ate vegetables. He was a vegetarian. I could go on and on, but you don't need protein from an animal to be strong. A gorilla and a bull doesn't eat animals. Here is a little source that you might look at to prove that. This is vegetables. You got spinach, kale, broccoli, cauliflower, mushrooms, parsley, cabbage, green peppers, and cucumbers. There are way more protein in plant sources than there are in the beef, chicken, and eggs. The kind that we need, living enzymes. I want you to think about something. A gorilla and a bull and a zebra, you pick one. They eat live food all day long. They don't cook anything. They eat it live out of the earth. They don't eat dead flesh. They don't eat another animal. And they don't drink milk or pop or soda. They don't drink milk from another animal. They don't drink soda pop. They drink water, eat living enzymes from the earth, and they don't cook their food or or eat animal products. So that goes to show you, and they run all day, and I wouldn't want to come up against a bull or a gorilla or even a zebra or a horse. So that's just something I wanted you to think about, that you do not need protein from an animal to be strong. I gave up the meat diet about 4 years ago, and I am stronger and healthier than I've ever been. So I know that's true, and I could give you some more examples, but the second lie that you've been taught is disease is inherited. We inherit disease from our family. Well, the truth is we inherit the habits that cause disease. We cannot blame our grandma and grandpa, as I said before, and our great-grandma and grandpa, and our mom and our dad for our diseases. We inherit their bad habits. If you think about it, God did not intend for any of us to be sick. We create sickness by lack of knowledge. If you have diabetes in your family, chances are good a lot of people in your family will get it because we were raised eating the same things. If you drink a lot of soda pop and eat a lot of boxed macaroni and cheese and pastas and meats and sugars, you're probably going to get the diabetes, not because your family got it, because you do what they did. So disease is not inherited. Dis-ease of the body is a dis-ease of the body that we create. And then one thing I want to say, I prayed and asked God to show me how we get disease and what we can do to stop it. And there's a saying that says, the best way to cure disease is to stop doing what you did to cause it. Okay, so hopefully you're going to start getting this here soon. I got this picture. It was a vision I was given years ago when I asked the question when I was working with funerals and I was helping people die. In other words, I was setting up their funeral arrangements because they were dying horrible diseases. And God gave me a vision of a builder using a hammer, wood, and nails to build a house. Now, a builder can have skill, money, land, and the ability to build a whole city of houses. But if he doesn't have those three tools, a hammer, wood, and nails, you might as well put your dog out there and tell him to build a house. They cannot do it without the tools. Your immune system is your builder. Your builder was created by God to keep you walking, talking, thinking, and seeing your whole life. And we were all put here to create a purpose on this earth, but if you don't take care of your immune system, he can't take care of you. Your immune system is your builder. He doesn't need a hammer, wood, and nails to build your body. He needs vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. Now, I would like to go back to the Bible here for a minute. When God first created man, he said he created us from the dust of the earth. The earth is made of vitamins, minerals, and water. Okay, then he said he breathed life into our nostrils. Life is oxygen. And then he said life is in the flesh of our blood, spiritually and physically. The blood carries the life, the oxygen, through our body, through the blood cells, by the way of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, which come from the earth. So what he showed me was, and I will be talking about arginine for the heart. The heart is the engine. And let's talk about that for a minute too, so you can understand this a little better. Your heart, let's did it again. You need to take that. Your heart is your engine that runs you. Your colon, your pancreas, your liver, and your kidneys are your assembly line. The assembly line has to work with the heart to keep everything flowing. When you eat dead flesh and cooked food, animal products and processed foods, it causes your assembly line to shut down. Your kidneys filter out stuff through your urine. When you drink soda pop or energy drinks or coffees, your kidneys have to filter that out. Then when you eat bad food, acidic foods, whatever, cooked foods or animal products, your body doesn't have enough enzymes if you're eating dead food. Plus, your body doesn't have enough acids, so it gets stuck in there, and your colon has to filter all that stuff out. Then your pancreas has to process your sugars. When you eat a lot of white foods and breads and pastas and sugars and cakes and cookies and potato chips, your pancreas eventually shuts down too. It can't work. It can only filter so long, and then you get the diabetes. And then you have your colon, your kidneys, your pancreas, and your liver. Your liver it has to filter out all those drugs you take when you get on prescription medicine or any kind of drugs, or your liver filters out, it makes cholesterol, filters out bad things too. So if any one of those assembly lines shut down, then the heart quits. Kidney failure will cause heart attacks. Your pancreas, I mean, you know some people. Patrick Swayze died from pancreatic cancer. Farrah Fawcett, she had rectal cancer. John Wayne and Elvis Presley, and they had 40 pounds of fecal matter in them because they could afford all those steaks, but it just ruined their immune system. You know, you can have fame, fortune, beauty, success, but if you don't have your health, you have nothing. Your health is your riches. That's, there's a saying that says, we spend our health to get wealth, then we spend our wealth to get the health back, usually around 40 or 50, and then you usually die in the process of some disease while you're trying to get your health back. This life is like one grain of sand on a 100-mile beach compared to eternity. We need to start to get our bodies right. Our body is our temple. We need to take care of it so we can go out and fulfill the purpose we were created for. So, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants are the hammer, wooden nails for our body. Our immune system can repair our system in our body and literally reverse any disease if we give it the tools. Okay, so milk does the body good. That's what they tell us. But the truth is, we are the only creatures in nature that drink milk after we're weaned and from another animal. Okay, now let's hit on that for a minute. We think milk is good for us. What other creature do you know that lives and breathes and has a face that drinks milk from another animal? You can think all day. In nature, you will not. I'm not talking about giving your cat milk. I'm talking about in nature. When we're born, every creature alive goes for the breast to get milk. And then instinct teaches all creatures. They drink milk until they're able to eat real food, and then all the mothers wean them. They push them away, except for humans. Humans keep drinking milk throughout their life, and then when they even become an adult, they're still drinking it. We drink it from a cow who weighs 65 pounds when they're born. Humans weigh 7. Think about it. Is that really common sense? Humans don't even double their weight for 1 year, and cows turn into 300-pound beasts in 6 months. That fluid that comes out of that mother to feed that infant beast of 65 pounds is loaded with sugars and fats to make that baby into a 300-pound beast. Why would we put that in our systems? Milk has this stuff in it called insulin growth fluid that makes a baby into big. When we drink it, it does make our bones strong because it's loaded with calcium, but we grow too fast from it, and then when we quit growing, it has nowhere to go, so it turns our body acidic, and then our immune system goes into our bones and pulls calcium out. And that's why in America we have more osteoporosis than any other nation in the world, because we drink so many dairy products. Long-term osteoporosis, or in America we have more osteoporosis. Long-term, we will get osteoporosis if we drink milk. It does not strengthen our bones long-term, it weakens our bones. So no, milk is not something we should be putting in our system. This is just a little picture that I showed. Did you see something wrong here? This just shows cats, pigs, and dogs nursing their babies. And then it shows a cow nursing a little boy and a man. We're the only ones that are still drinking milk after we're weaned, and I really feel sorry for cows because they were created to have a baby and provide milk for that baby until they are grown. Instead, we milk them all of their lives. And then there's, not to be gross here, but there's blood and pus that gets in the milk, and then we have to homogenize it and pasteurize it to be able to drink it, because their udders get sore, and it's just not right. I don't think, if you common sense it and logic it in your head, we're the only creature that drinks milk from another animal. Now this is the lie why I'm here. This is the most important one of all, because this will sum it all up. Cholesterol is not our enemy. Actually, we need it to repair, damage, and maintain brain function. Cholesterol is the most important substance in your body to repair you when you have a cut. That's what forms a scab. And to go back to that picture of the arteries, As I said before, maybe this will make more sense to you now. When you get hardened arteries from eating the foods we just talked about, your body repairs with cholesterol, and you eat the animal products and the fat foods, the plaque and the cholesterol together form blockage. You can see in here that that's plaque and this is the scar tissue. Those two things together cause blockage, and that's what causes heart attacks and strokes. So you can, like I said, you can stop, prevent, and even reverse the #1 killer by not eating that kind of a diet or cutting way back on it. And again, let's hit on it. Let your food be your medicine and your medicine be your food. And as I said before, when your diet, and we'll hit on this again so maybe you can understand it better, when your diet is wrong, medicine has no use. When your diet is right, medicine has no need. Our greatest wealth is our health. We spend our health to get our wealth, and then we spend our wealth to get our health back and die in the process. Okay, your health might not be everything, but without it, what good is everything?